But do you think there's positive signs under JN? Here we go. It's Eat My Goal with Mike and Dan, and this is our, believe this or not, this is our positive episode. We've decided that maybe, and it might be down to the football club, I'm not quite sure, but just look at his little face. It might be down to the way we play, but we think maybe we've been a little bit negative lately. So this is going to be our all or mostly positive episode. And good thing is we've had a win at the weekend, so that's kind of a good start, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yay! How are you, Dan? You well?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, thank you.
Good.
I still can't come down from cloud 9 after that win at the weekend.
You're elated. You're so elated.
Yeah. I think it was the performance that did it.
The performance was one to be admired, wasn't it? So we did beat the mighty second from bottom Accrington Stanley at the weekend by 1-0. Enjoyed the game?
I only saw the last 15 minutes.
So I saw the last 15.
What we doing? Are we being positive or are we telling
the truth? Yeah. Go on. Tell the truth in as positive way as you can.
Okay. I watched I watched the last 15 minutes. When did we score? What minute did we score?
I can't remember. It was around the last 15 minutes, wasn't it?
Okay. So I watched about 5 minutes before the goal, and I think, the best thing I can say, the positive slant I can put on it is that it was as good as anything that I'd seen down Fratton Park this season.
That's high praise indeed.
Yeah, and then we scored, which was good. Oh, that was a good header. That was a good finish.
It was
a good header at the back post.
Yeah, it was nice. Good in off the bar.
Yeah, good to see Piggott score. So and get the 3 points.
Just
keeps us in contention for 7th.
It does. Yeah, just about. Does it keep us in contention for 7th?
I don't even think it does it? I
think we're pretty much done, aren't we? As high as we can go. 8th.
Yeah.
8-4. Yeah, 8-4. Okay, here's the positives for me. It was once again a dire game, wasn't it? We were again slow. If you look at the stats, Accrington Stanley dominated the stats, but the positives were Towler was back. I thought it was quite positive and kind of brave that he played 2 young centre backs alongside each other for the first time. And I know they're a lowly side, but I actually thought the pair of them did pretty well as well. I thought, they both looked fairly assured most of the way through. Other positives, no Dale is always a positive.
Yeah.
And just the fact that we've been saying for ages. But what was also good is that Paddy Lane obviously came in, and I thought he did very well at moments. Not an all-round great game, but he was very positive, getting the ball in the box earlier than Dale would have done. The quality wasn't always there, but I thought there was a lot of positives from him. And I thought Piggott, when he came on, Piggott, so you're saying it, Piggott.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I don't know why we haven't played him there more often, because we're having a conversation about this, me and my son, and him and Bishop. I think they're kind of similar in a way. Obviously, Bishop has that quality up front, but what I like about Piggott is that when he does come on and play with Bishop, he kind of plays almost in a 10 role, and I think he links the midfield and the forwards well. And what he also does is he gives that other presence in the box, like when he scored. Had yards and loads of space, didn't he? Because everybody was worried about Bishop.
Yeah. How many goals has he got this season, Piggott?
I think about 4.
Oh, was that all? I thought he had more.
Not many.
Oh, okay.
About. Oh, maybe it's a little bit more than that. Maybe it's about 7 actually. I was reading this earlier and I read it and I thought, but he's only started 8 or 9 games, hasn't he? He's played in.
That's what I was going to say. I thought he had quite a decent return for his.
I think he's had about 20 odd off the bench.
Yeah.
But I think if you look at starts, I suppose it's probably not far off a goal again. Would you like to keep him for next year?
Yeah, if we can't get any. I mean, he's as good as anyone we've got, isn't he? Or he'd be up there in the top 10 or so players, I'd say. But then it all depends who we get in, doesn't it? All depends on what quality of player we can get in. Because I'm not even sure there would be many that would that I'd want to stay if we got better quality players in.
Across the whole pitch
across the whole pitch, yeah.
Well, we said before, Bishop and Macy for me would be probably the only two definites. Lowry, I think, has just gone off the boil, hasn't he? Since he's come back, he hasn't looked himself, I don't think.
No. Same with Rafferty. Rafferty started off really well when he came back from injury, but he's sort of got in his
out of position.
Yeah,
I've caught out of position quite often, I thought, on at the weekend, and his distribution wasn't as good as it has been. So but anyway, so let's briefly talk about the negatives. We started very, very slowly again. We didn't dominate a team that are pretty poor, but we did win. That's the main thing. We did win. We kept a clean sheet. 2 young centre backs looked okay, looked decent. Thought the whole of the defence looked fairly solid, and 3 points in the bag.
The youngster in midfield, Harry Chewitz.
I thought he looked all right, actually. I thought he again looked very positive in his passing, probably a little bit lightweight in the challenge, a little bit, but I thought his passing was very positive, always looking to pick out a forward pass, I thought. And quite ambitious with some passes, but not ridiculous kind of Gerrard style 60-yard balls. But I thought he looked okay, actually. I thought he had good. What was he on for 60-odd minutes or so, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think he should be very pleased with his outing. Strange one, that though, isn't it? Bringing him in, not so much bringing him in, but not even having Tunnicliffe on the bench.
Yeah, I don't know I don't quite know what's going on there, because you've got Tunnicliffe was completely dropped. I just assumed he was injured, but he wasn't. And it's the same with the Towler situation, wasn't it? That he just sort of shunned him for a few games and then
took him out completely.
Yeah,
I was quite surprised to see him go straight back in.
Sorry?
I was quite surprised to see Towler go straight back into the team. I thought maybe he might be on the bench, but
if you've got the squad depth to do it, if you've got the squad depth to drop these sort of players, then but I don't think we have. So I was quite surprised that, and I was quite surprised that Harry, what's his name? Is it Jewett White?
Jewett White, yeah.
That he came in that centre midfield position, of all positions where we seem to have quite a few players. Interesting,
wasn't it? Interesting. I think partly it was down to the fact that we can't go up. I wonder if he would have played the same team had we still been in with a chance for the playoffs.
Yeah,
because it was quite brave, wasn't it, from the point of view of
playing? I don't think he would have. But
two young centre backs and a young centre midfielder. No. Yeah, I think so.
And I'd like to see Motto. I don't know how you say his name. Motto get a start as well, because I've seen some of him in the.
Maybe decent.
Yeah, it looks really good. Obviously, I've only seen his good clips, but from what I've seen, he looks pretty good. So I'd like to see him get a chance, especially as he's a winger, and that's the position that we need.
Kind of need wingers, don't we? Need wingers. Yeah.
Give him a go. What you got to lose?
What have you got to lose, indeed? But like I say, I thought Lane played decent at the weekend, so that was good. Did
you just say Elaine Page?
Elaine Page played well. Yeah, Elaine Page did well. On an aside, I saw a clip of Elaine Page on Jukebox Jury back in the early 80s, and she was sat next to Johnny Rotten, and she had to follow his rant about it being all corporate BS, basically. And then it skips to her just going, well, I kind of liked it.
Yeah. Oh, he was outrageous, wasn't he, Johnny Rotten? He was just outrageous.
Crazy guy. He was not a happy man, was he? All right, okay, so did get the points at the weekend. So we've got Derby, is it Derby, Wickham, and another left, haven't we? No, we haven't got another. It's just the two, isn't it? Derby and Wickham.
Derby, Wickham. Is it 2 games? Yeah, it's 2 games left, isn't it?
Derby away, Wickham at home.
Derby.
I don't know.
Derby. Well, Derby have got some people as well, haven't they?
Derby have got something to play for.
Or
Did you
what-
know, going
yeah.
into that Derby game, we're on a 9-game unbeaten run?
I did know that.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
did know that, did you?
'Cause
And
I read your texts.
you read my agendas. This is
Yeah.
planned. This is
Yeah.
people are going, this is planned. What are you talking
Yeah.
about?
You
Can't
what?
be.
Yeah.
There's some planning that goes into it. But so in that 9-game unbeaten one, four wins, 5 draws, all of those games against teams below us in the league. So
Yeah.
9 games sounds amazing, doesn't it? It sounds good. It goes back to those days when we had Cowley still, and they were saying, "Well, that's 7 games unbeaten." But yeah, 7 games unbeaten against Dross, and that's where we're at.
See, the fixtures we've had are the sort of fixtures that you want. I know it sounds a stupid thing to say, but they're the sort of fixtures you want if you're looking for promotion. I remember when we used to play in the Premier League, and I always used to look at the first sort of 6 or 7 fixtures, and then the last 6 or 7, just to see who we've got, which big teams we've got, to make sure that we don't need points against Arsenal away, etc. And yeah, when you look at the fixtures we've had, the last 10, 15 fixtures, the last 15 fixtures of the season have been pretty good to us. But
so one you want in a run in when you're chasing a playoff place, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when you draw 5 games against the likes of Port Vale, Morecambe, MK Dons, all of whom are all in and around the relegation fight.
Yeah.
And Oxford as well. It's just not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. Anyway, on other positives, going back to the positives, Mousinho has averaged 1.8 points per game since he's taken over, which obviously we've done. We've gone from 15th to 8th, so that is a positive as well. If we average 1.8 points per game the whole season, we would be 5th. Obviously, I know, shock horror. But if it wasn't for that massive lull in the middle and just the fact that we clearly aren't good enough. But do you think there's positive signs under JM?
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
Stats-wise, it says yes, doesn't it?
Stats-wise, yes. Performances, no. It's so difficult because I know what we repeatedly say is that every game seems to follow the same pattern, and we're not a good team to watch. We're not very enjoyable to watch, so it's difficult to say really. I mean, Cowley's they could have picked up the same amount of points in these games that Mousinho's picked up. Who knows? But I don't think there's been a marked improvement. I wouldn't say he's changed the He's changed the squad. He's changed the formation. He's done this. He's done that. He's made us look a better team. He's made us look more attacking.
There's a couple of players who have kind of upped their game a little bit, haven't they? Like you could say, Tunnicliffe up until recently has played better.
Well, I can't understand the hate that Tunnicliffe gets from a lot of people. But I suppose that's just people's opinions, isn't it? I think he's been one of our better players this season, or definitely one of our most consistent.
I think he just gives the air of being a bit aloof. I think, doesn't he? He's not. He's not. I don't know. He's just kind of a bit too lax, as Pack has been. Pack obviously came in a bit of a breath of fresh air, and then he seems to have gone into that lull of just being average and just kind of it's almost like they almost give that air of thinking, "Oh, I'm too good for this. I'm too good for this level."
Yeah. I think maybe if Tunnicliffe did some more fist pumps to the Fratton end or something, or ran up after the end of each game, run up and kissed his badge and stuff, then he'd probably get more followers, wouldn't he? But
that's what you need. That's what you need.
What do you think then? Do you think there's been an improvement under Mousinho, or?
No, I think it's dull as dog shit, quite frankly, isn't it? It really is. I just think our football's terrible. It has been. It was under Cowley. There wasn't many games under Cowley's that you'd think, oh yeah, this is, we're really up for this. We're passionate. I just think we start really slowly for whatever reason, and that's got to be down to the manager. It's not down to, yes, it is down to the players, but surely the manager's job is, when you see teams like Morecambe coming to us and Accrington Stanley and Dons, Milton Keynes Dons being up for the game from the off, and Port Vale Port Vale were the most noticeable
Yeah.
ones. Port Vale on a terrible run. Bang average players, and you can say you've got average players, but if you don't motivate them in the right way, you can make an average team better, can't you?
Yeah.
If you do motivate them in the right way. And I just think if you start poorly, we always start and it's just slow for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and basically until they score. And then they score and it's kind of like, okay, let's get our arse in gear.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how that is a consistent thing throughout the season. And yes, you need better players. I think we lack leadership for sure. Hopefully that will change next year. But I don't know, jury's out. I think you've got to give him a little bit of time. You've got to give him time to assemble his own squad. Apparently, he's a very good coach. So, I'm getting that purely from what I read on social media. So there's no basis of that. People just saying, "Oh yeah, he's a great coach." Is he? Based on what? Based on other people telling you that he is.
Yeah.
What actual facts and evidence have you got? So I don't know.
1.8 points per game.
I suppose against mostly lower league sides.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just think if we play like we do this next season, I think if you look at the teams who are up there, Wednesday entertain, Ipswich certainly do. They look a very good attacking side, don't they? There's just a little bit more fluidity to their play, and it's just I think we need a bit more pace out wide.
Definitely.
Maybe through the middle as well. So I don't know. We shall see. What another good bit of positive news, which I don't know whether this is positive or people are just reading too much into it, but Deschamps has said that he's likely to leave Manchester United as his contract ends in the next few weeks. There has been rumours that he has suggested he would be happy to sign for Portsmouth if the price was right. As Jermaine Genius would say, the coin. Yeah. Good signing, or what do you think?
I'd say the jury's out on that one as well. I can't remember. I was just trying to think of his first game. Who was his first game?
And he played it right back, didn't he? He played right back for the first couple of games. Because I think it was just after Swanson got injured.
And the first game, I remember he
was decidedly nervous, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and then he second half he did pretty well.
He perked up after getting kicked in the face, I seem to remember.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
I can't think it was against.
Then he played a couple, didn't he? And then he's only just come back into the team as a starter. So I don't know what he was like. I've missed the bulk of the last two games, but I've heard he was okay. So yeah, I don't know. It's tough, isn't it? I think if in the future, yes, maybe Towler and him would be a good pairing, but I haven't seen enough of. I think Towler I've seen. I think he could be a good player.
Yes, I agree.
He seems like he's a good player already, but he could only get better. But as for Bernard, I haven't really seen enough of him.
Fair news, yeah. No, I completely agree on that. He certainly physically, he seems to have the right sort of attributes, doesn't he? He's a big lad, strong. I thought he played well at the weekend, but again, against average opposition, so it'd be difficult. It'd be nice to see him against better opposition to really properly assess. But we'll see. I don't know. I wouldn't be against it. Ultimately, he is young and he could, with the right coaching, get better. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Anyway, that's our positive review. Oh, I tell you, there's one other thing, which is the PFC Coalitions statement. Did you see the new statement that came out this week, Dan? I'll summarise for you. Well, I'll go through the whole summary, and then we'll pick up some points on this. So, basically, I read the whole thing. I didn't read their first statement, but I have since read their first statement. And do you know what? I kind of get why people moan about the plane. I know you were a big fan of the plane, weren't you? You enjoyed that.
It was great. Yeah.
Kind of interrupted your corporate lunch, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I had to put my cheese and biscuits down.
But I don't really get the whole plane thing. I don't really see what that's going to achieve apart from wasting people's money. But this is their points anyway. So this is the questions that they end this statement with. So what's the team's target for next season? Promotion, to reach the playoffs, a top 10 league position. I think that's kind of a little bit of a sarcastic sort of thing there. Ultimately, surely we're going for promotion. Yeah. If the team's target for next season is promotion or reaching the playoffs, what gives the owners confidence that they're going to reach that target can be met? How is the club going to grow its revenue to both reduce reliance on owner equity injections and provide an increased sustainable playing budget to enable the team to compete for promotion from League One? Firstly, let's just go through those couple of points there, because firstly they're saying, and I can kind of see what they're saying. 6 years ago, Michael Eisner said, if you want to just remain a League One club, you don't really need me. If you want to grow and get better and improve the infrastructure and things like that, then I'm your man.
Yeah.
And their point is he spent £12 million on Fran Park, not to be sniffed at, but ultimately he is a billionaire. Mm-hmm. But we're still in League One, and actually you could look at first couple of years, we were kind of making the playoffs. Now we're not even making the playoffs. So in a way, you could say we've gone backwards on the pitch. Yeah. And the other point was to make the playing budget sustainable, as in it comes from what we earn as a club. So, you kind of see their point on those things as well. If that was a projection that they made, and again, we're nowhere near it. Apparently, the owners have to put money in every year, which fair play to them. Again, comes out their own pocket. But okay, so if revenue growth is primarily going to be derived from a new player trading approach, when does the club estimate it will realise the benefits of the new strategy? 1 year, 5 years, longer? Now, I think that's a difficult thing to answer, isn't it? Because ultimately, what you're doing is you're looking to get into a Brentford or Luton style, not necessarily Luton, probably more Brentford style, buy players in cheap, young, sell them on, because you can see that they do have the attributes to get better. You can't say really whether that's going to happen in 1 year or 5 years.
No.
You're not really going to see massive benefits from that for a good 5 years, are you? Surely. Yeah. No. The likes of Lane, if Lane does improve, gets to like 24, 25, 26, and is now £1 million player or £2 million player or whatever, it's going to take a little while, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But then on the same thing, if we do then sell Bishop, are we not just going down the line that we bought somebody in for 500 grand, we sold him for 5 million, therefore that's our strategy?
Yeah.
Is it a good strategy? Do we not want to keep our better players? It would be my thought. And then final one is, if Pompey are promoted to the Championship, if the club is making significant losses in the Championship, will Toronto cover/fund those losses via further equity injections?
Have these been responded to, or have they? This is just what right. This is okay.
These are their questions to the actual club, and the part of the issue is that the club don't respond. The club have said they would; they'd be happy to sit down and talk to them, and they put some dates on the table, but the club have never responded to the actual sitting down around the table. Now, I think fair play. I can't understand the frustration. 6 years, no progression on the pitch. Limited. Well, I think there's clearly progression at Fran Park. Fran Park is a slightly more, a slightly nicer place to go. It's got a few more seats, but
I think it hasn't helped this season the fact that it's been probably one of the worst seasons for football for quality.
Yes.
In I don't know, for as long as I can remember. So
it's been very poor, isn't it? Very poor. Yeah. I don't think they helped themselves either when they said about when they got rid of the Cowleys, and they said about the need for immediacy. We still have 24 games left of this season, so there's still every chance we can get into the playoffs. Yeah. And then they waited 3.5 weeks to appoint their top man.
Yeah.
Because he was currently playing for one of our rivals. I don't buy into that at all. I think that's BS. I don't think JM was plan A or even plan B.
No, absolutely not.
So I think they've kind of shot themselves in the foot PR-wise in a few things. So you can kind of understand frustration, but ultimately, do you think this will change anything? Do you think billionaire owners really care what average Joe thinks?
No, I don't. But they'll have to answer these questions at some point. I suppose that's the whole idea of this PFC coalition, isn't it? If you get more and more people backing you, then Pompey will have to come out or whoever will have to come out and answer the questions at some point. So, whether they will or not.
Certainly, the publicity they'll receive on this show with the 30 plus viewers or listeners that we get, that's obviously going to start snowballing. So, you're welcome, PFC Coalition.
Yeah, exactly. Eat My Goal podcast today, BBC tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the logical step. The next logical step.
Yeah.
Right, let's move on, Dan. Let's have a quiz, shall we? I've got a great quiz for you tonight.
Yeah. Do you know what?
It is a great one.
I've done you a lovely quiz this week. And it's lovely. No. It's lovely in that you will probably get all 5. I've been very kind this week.
Okay.
And they're all gettable as well. They're not even. They're ones that you could.
Yes.
Even if you didn't know the answer, you could get.
Yeah. Mine are not so easy, I don't think. But we'll see.
No. Well, even yours you usually tell me you'll get loads of these, and then it's what shoe size did.
I know that size 5.
Go
on, you go first.
Right. Okay. Mine are all on Premier League players' wages. So, okay.
Reported.
So this is all I can tell you. This is all from capology.com.
Okay. All right.
It was the first thing that came up on Google, and they had a really nice website where they had everything listed. It was really good. So
you went with that. All right. Good.
Right. Okay.
Again. This week, eat my goal. Next week,
exactly.
The world.
So we'll expect the same from them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. First question, nice and gentle to start off with. Which player has the highest wages or the highest salary in the Premier League? Nice and simple.
Oh.
That's it. Simple as that. So which player is on the most money? We'll say per week.
There's only like about 400 to choose from, isn't there? Blimey. I can narrow it down to probably 30.
What team are you going for?
Is it going to... Well...
It's the team you probably think it is. It's the team.
City. It's going to be City, isn't it? Someone from City. It's going to be Erling Haaland. It's going or Kevin De Bruyne.
What are you going for?
I know that Kevin De Bruyne negotiated his own deal, didn't he? I'm going to go with Haaland.
Okay, they do say never change your mind, but in this case, you should have changed your mind. Kevin De Bruyne is the top earner in the Premier League. Do you know how much a week?
About 400, isn't it?
Yeah, just 400k.
Just 400k a week. Yeah. Just 400k a week. What's that? How much is that a year?
That is 20.8. Is that 20.8 million per year? Yeah, that's what it's showing me here. 20.8 million pounds. Is that right? It must be. Yeah, 400.
How does he live? I
know.
That's right,
it's tough, isn't it?
How does he sleep at night? Okay, I've got a similar sort of thing for you. Transfer fees. These are all from leaving a championship club. Some went to other championship clubs. Some went to Premier League clubs. But they're all very similar. And you've got to tell me who's the highest reported transfer fee according to transfermarket.com.
Oh yeah, I like that website. I use that quite a lot.
So transfermarket.com. Remember, we scratch your back, you scratch ours.
Yeah.
First two players are, by the way. So I'm going to give you 2 players. Tell me which one was the most expensive transfer between the 2 clubs. Don't have to tell me how much. So first one is Aaron Ramsdale when he left Bournemouth and joined Arsenal, and Jordan Pickford left Middlesbrough and joined Everton. Which was the highest transfer fee?
Aaron Ramsdale or Jordan Pickford? Now, immediately, I think Ramsdale. So I should stick with it, shouldn't I? So let's stick with the Ramsdale.
Okay, Ramsdale, 28 million euros. It's all in euros on there. Jordan Pickford, 28.5 million euros. You are wrong to stick. 0-0. This is how our quizzes go. If you're new to Eat My Goal, this is how our quizzes go. One of us will get a little bit like the FA Cup semi-final where Manchester United played Brighton, but the opposite, because no one will score until somebody gets the extra time. We
know fuck all. In fact, it's pretty much like the Man United-Chelsea semi-final, isn't it, of the early 2000s, where Mike and I sat and watched the whole of the semi-final, and it was dross all the way through extra time, and thought, oh, that's all right, at least we've got penalties to enjoy, and then Drogba scored with a few minutes to go.
Ah,
Yeah.
ruined the pens.
Right.
Ruined
Anyway,
the pens. Right, go on
question number
next.
2. Which English player has the highest salary in the Premier League? Which English player? I can tell you he's 4th on the list.
English player. Is it same club? Can you tell me that?
Couldn't possibly tell you.
It's not Kane, is it? Kane's only on about 200 grand. He's a
Only.
pauper. He's a relative pauper in football terms.
Well, bear that in mind because he might come up in another question.
Oh no, because Rashford's on about the same. I saw a thing today about their pauper wages. I'm gonna go with. Is it? It surely shouldn't be, but is it Jack Grealish?
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It's incorrect, I'm afraid. I can tell you that Jack Grealish is the 3rd highest
Englishman.
Englishman.
Okay.
2nd highest, surprisingly, is Raheem Sterling.
Oh yes, of
It's
course.
on 325k.
Yeah.
But the top highest English player, earnings-wise, he's 22 years old. He's just 22.
Oh.
And his name is Jadon Sancho.
Oh yeah, he's on silly money, isn't he?
He's on 350k.
Just sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next 2 players.
Do you know who? So he's 4th on the list. Do you know who the top 3 are? You've got Kevin De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, probably. What's his face?
Haaland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the 3rd one is a surprise.
Oh, David De Gea.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew he was on. He's on crazy money, isn't he? About 375 or something.
Yeah, same as Haaland, 375.
Insane.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the reason why I saw that because obviously they're renewing his contract and they're trying to get him to cut his pay, aren't they? To a measly something like 300,000.
Yeah, but he's struggling.
So for 375 grand, you don't even get a goalkeeper that can kick a ball.
Yeah. Good, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, here's your next 2. So Ben Godfrey, when he left Norwich and joined Everton, was it more or less than when Ryan Sessegnon left Fulham for Spurs? Ryan Sessegnon.
Right, hold on. Where's a coin?
There is again £500,000 in it.
Yeah. So who is it, Brian or who?
Brian, yeah. Ryan Sessegnon and Ben Godfrey, Norwich to Everton.
Brian and Ben. I don't care about. So many Sessegnons, isn't there? And I'm getting confused with the. I'll go with. Just go with Brian Sessegnon.
It's incorrect, I'm afraid. No, 27 million. 27 million they paid for it.
Stitch me up with the Sessegnons. Who was the good Sessegnon? There's so many of them.
Yeah, 27 million. Yeah. No, not Brian. Okay.
Brian. No, I'm calling him Brian.
Brian and Ben Godfrey was 27.5. Okay, go on.
Right, okay.
These are terrible, aren't they?
Here we go. This is 1-0 now. 1-0 coming up. Right. Which 38-year-old gets a whopping £110,000 per week? He's 38. He's playing, and he's 38, and he gets £110,000. So he's the highest
Premier League player.
Old man. Yeah. No stitch ups here.
110 grand. 30. Oh, 38. Oh, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Milner. Isn't it? Milner.
Is that your answer?
Yeah.
It's incorrect, I'm afraid. It's Thiago Silva.
Ah, sake. I didn't think that seemed a lot for James Milner. But my second guess was going to be Lallana.
Milner, I can't even see.
Thiago. Okay, right. Your next two big names. This.
Yeah.
You ready for this? Oliver McBurney, when he left Swansea to Sheffield United, and Adama Traore when he left Middlesbrough for Wolves.
Sorry, Adama Traore, Middlesbrough to Wolves, and
Oliver McBurney, Swansea to Sheffield United. When
McBurney. definitely. Wouldn't be
McBurney
there otherwise.
19.1 million. McBurney 19.1 million. Adama Traore 20 million.
Oh, well, it's the obvious one, isn't it?
That's
The
that's
shittest quiz I've ever played in my life.
0-0. 0-0. Oh, we've got two corkers coming up.
James
Okay.
Milner is on £60,000 a week.
That's insane, isn't it?
That's true. No, it's terrible, isn't it? Compared to everyone else. But mind you, he is 56 years old. How old is he? 37.
Not
Right.
even as old as.
Are we ready?
Okay.
Right, here we go.
Yeah.
This is it. This old Mike, you've already got this one right. You've already answered the question.
Okay. Go on.
Out of the two Harrys, Kane and Maguire, who gets the highest wages?
Maguire. It's got to be.
Okay, incorrect.
Oh,
Harry Kane is on 200,000, as you said yourself.
Yes.
And Harry Maguire is on 190,000.
Oh my God. All right. Play along at home, by the way. Play along at home. See if you can get more than R0.
Yeah.
Okay, next to you.
Before you tell me, no, actually, I was going to say I'm already going to give you my answer if you out of A or B, but you're going to stitch me up. If it's right, you're going to change the answer. You're going to say.
No. Oh, okay. Well, what?
So you're going to give me two names.
Okay.
So I'm already going to tell you which one I'm going to pick before you even tell me.
No, I'll keep them in the same order then. I'll keep them in the same order. So A and B will be in the order I've got them listed here.
A.
Okay, so A is Philip Billing. Billing going from Huddersfield to Bournemouth.
Yeah.
B is Sam Clucas, went from Hull to Swansea.
Definitely Bill Filling.
Bill Filling.
Definitely Filling.
Bill Filling, the dentist.
Yeah, Philip Billing. Yeah.
The dentist's son is correct, actually. Yes, 16.5 million against Sam Clucas, 16.3.
I knew it.
So there you go. You got it.
That's how you do it. 1-0. Right.
There you do it.
Here we go.
Okay.
Last question. Come on, Mike.
To level it up.
I think you've got an average of about one per week so far.
In the
last 4 or 5 weeks. Right.
Doing right.
Out of these two shit-haired and shit-defending defenders, which has the highest wage per week? Trent Alexander-Arnold or Mark Cucurella?
Who gets the highest wage out of them two?
Who gets the highest wage out of those two?
Oh, you'd like to think it's Trent, wouldn't you? But you think it's going to be one of these stitch-up where because he's been with the club for so long, he's on a ridiculously low wage. And Cucurella's just joined them from Brighton, so he's probably on something ridiculous. Bowie's probably gone, when you have, I don't know, £4 million an hour. No, I'm going to stick with, I reckon they're going to look after the Scousers, so I'm going to stick with that. And I'm going to go Trent Alexander-Arnold. And if this is not correct, then somebody at Liverpool needs sacking.
I'll give you one more chance. Do you want to change your mind, or are you sticking with Trent?
Oh, it's going to be a double, but I'm sticking with Trent. So you're trying to double bluff it.
Mark Cucurella is on 175,000.
Is he really? Jeez.
Trent is on 180,000. You were right to pick Trent. 1 out of 5.
There we go. 1 out of 5. Proud of myself.
Well, this is to win, isn't it?
This is to win. You've got Che Adams, Birmingham to Scum. Chris Wood, Leeds to Burnley. There is 0.4 million pounds in it.
That's tough. Che or Chris Wood?
Che.
Yeah. Both.
Chris.
Both. Brilliant forwards. Brilliant. Really exciting.
If I was to say that they probably averaged about £4 million a goal.
Yeah.
Cost-wise.
I'm going to go. Who did Che Adams come from?
Birmingham.
And the other one was who to Burnley?
Leeds. When Leeds were obviously not a Prem side.
Yeah. Let's go for Chris Wood.
Chris Wood, you say?
No.
Chris Wood, 16.3 million.
No.
Shay Adams, 16.7 million. Wowzers.
What happens now?
Should we have a tie break? What can we do as a tie break? All right.
Let me see if I can find another one for you.
I've got a good one. Oh, I've got a good one for you. Yeah, actually, I've got.
Go on then. I'm not sure what I'm going to ask you.
Oh, actually, no, I don't know if I could go. That's a bit harsh. Oh no, I will go with it because yours is a little bit harsh, so I'll go with that. So,
harsh.
Yeah, okay. So I need to find the amount. I think I'm going to go off the top of my head. Which Bournemouth player was the most expensive Championship transfer when he left Bournemouth for a transfer fee of £45 million?
When? Did you say when?
Let me have a look.
So he was in the Championship. He left Bournemouth.
Bournemouth got relegated, so they were then a Championship team.
Oh.
And so this player left Bournemouth and joined somebody else. He said the team then. Joined somebody else.
I can't think of his name.
For £45 million. 45 million euros. I do apologise.
Oh, what was
it was in. Do you want to know it was in the year 2020. Sorry, not 2000. 2020.
Yeah, I know who it is, but I can't think of his name.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Go on.
Striker, isn't it? I mean, I'm going to start going through the alphabet in my head until it clicks. So there's going to be editing. I can't remember his name, Mike. Maybe his initials would be Smashing.
Smashing. Okay, I'll tell you what. Right. He made his debut on the 21st of September, winning 3-1 against Wolverhampton Wanderers away from home in the Premier League.
How's that going to help?
I don't know.
Oh, now you said that.
Against Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Yeah, I remember his debut away at Wolves. Remember that match.
Scored his first goal in a 6-3 win in the Champions League against Leipzig. There you go. It's a Champions League club.
No, I can't. I just can't remember his name. So
okay,
I'll pass.
Right. I'll give you the final clue, and you've got to get it on this.
Yeah.
His calmness on the ball and appearance have led him to have led to comparisons to former Dutch legend Ruud Gullit. It's not who you're thinking of at all, is it?
Nathan Ake.
Nathan Ake is the most expensive Championship player.
I was thinking of the chap up top. Can't even remember.
Sturridge.
It was It was the Bournemouth striker. There was a
Jermaine Defoe.
No, I can't even remember who. Yeah.
Oh, Callum Wilson.
Yeah, that's the one I was probably thinking of. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, where's he now?
Newcastle,
isn't it? Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. No, go on then.
Okay. Do you want one then?
Go on then. It's for the win.
Okay.
We can cut that one out if it's still there after this.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give you one for the win. Okay. Which Frenchman is the highest earner in the Premier League?
Which Frenchman? So all I can think of now is Thierry Henry. Eric Cantona.
It's not. I can tell you, it's not Thierry.
Is it Sylvain Beltord? Frenchman is the highest earner in the Premier League.
Do you want me to give you a choice of two?
It's not. Now I'm thinking N'Golo Kante, but he can't be on that much, can he?
Well,
is it the right club?
No.
Frenchman. So you got Laporte. But he's not going to be on that much, is he? There's no French strikers, is there?
No.
Winger?
No. Shall I give you a choice of two?
Go on and give us a choice of two.
Is it Raphael Varane, or is it previously mentioned N'Golo Kante?
It's Raphael Varane, isn't it? Why else would he join Manchester United?
It is Raphael de Varane.
De Varane. De
Yeah.
Varane. There we go. That concludes. What's the overall score? 12 something. 12-8. 12-8. Yay! Yay!
I've asked you, do you know what Erling Haaland's release clause amount is?
Oh, yes. Well, they're talking about re-signing it, aren't they? Because it is something ridiculous. Like, well, it's not ridiculous, but 175 million, is it?
No, it's 173. Sorry.
Oh, is it? Foolish. How foolish of me. See,
Yeah,
I know release clauses, but I don't know wages.
Yeah.
That wasn't the best. That wasn't the best, was it? That quiz. That
was really, really poor.
Really poor.
I think I should have given you more. Well, I did give you 2 multiple choices out of the 5. Yeah. They're only easy when you know them, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah. To be fair, I gave you 5 multiple choices out of 5.
Yeah, but on complete wank stains. Fillings, or whatever his name is.
Billy Filling.
Frankie Fingers.
If you are still with us, we've been Eat My Goal. We'll be back again next week. Do get in contact with us with your suggestions. Why are you still doing this?
with your 2-word suggestions.
One of which being off. If you've got any comments on, do you think Deshaun should be signed by Portsmouth? What do you think about Tunnicliffe's omission at the weekend? What did you think of Paddy Lane's performance? And Towler being back in the side? All these things, all these interesting things. Should we sign Macy on a perm? We definitely should. I don't even think that's a question, is it? We should definitely sign Macy on a perm. That's about it. All right, get in contact with us. emailgoal22@gmail.com. Be our first person to email us. It's only 43 episodes. We've yet to have an email. Let's do it. Okay. Thanks, Dan.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.